Hey, what's up? GW back again. Couldn't stay away. I hope you guys checked out Zane's channel. But anyway, I'm going to talk about one more film here. It's called Don't Breathe. This movie, I guys got to tell you something, man. This thing is freaking awesome. Why is it awesome? I'll tell you why. Because it concerns three young thieves. They're going to break in and they're going to try to steal some cool stuff from a blind man. There's nothing cool about that. But what's cool is this movie has a morality thing. Don't think you can get away easily. If a job's too easy, there's probably a catch. So, the blind man is played by Stephen Lang, who's pretty damn awesome in this. This is a film you won't forget because an easy robbery now leads to a fight for survival. Because they uncover the blind man has a lot of skills, guys. This is one of the most white-knuckle films I had ever seen in my life. And I'm not going to give away the ending or nothing, but watch the movie play out. And it actually is done by the creators of the remake of The Evil Dead, which we will get into later on. There's another movie like this, but not a horror film. It's called Blind Fury, and it stars the late Rutger Hauer. It's a blind samurai sort of guy. But this one is crazy. Now, the director is Fede Alvarez. Fede Alvarez is worth notating because I just read a headline not too long ago that Fede Alvarez wants to redo the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. And if it's anything like his Don't Breathe, it's going to be simply spectacular. So if you haven't seen Don't Breathe, I guarantee you it is one of the best thrillers you will ever see because you don't expect, anything to happen. You look at these three kids, they both, are well able, they can take care of themselves. And you think it's going to be an easy in and out, done deal. And like I said, once this guy is not all who he seems to be, he may be blind. But you know what they say about people with disabilities. If they're blind, they can hear twice as good. If they can't hear, they can see twice as good. So you really don't know. Definitely give Don't Breathe a chance. And I suggest you watch this thing like three or four times. Because it's crazy. And like I said, keep an eye on this Fede Alvarez Texas Chainsaw situation. Because I was like, oh man, he did this movie. So I went back and I watched, this one. And then I said, well, that's the guy that might be doing it. And I said, that's going to be pretty awesome. Because if he can rack up the level of terror that he put into this picture, you're looking at a certified winner. That's all I really got. But I figured I'd drop that on just in case you guys, you wanted to pass on the driller killer. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of these videos, too, I want to tell you guys honestly that I'll shoot them ahead of time and then I'll download them now. So, if you're seeing this now, I probably downloaded it, a week ago. I just didn't put it on YouTube. So, I'm a little bit behind on that. What else I want to say? I want to say something. Oh, yeah, I want to give big props to Shudder. If you guys have Shudder, you guys should watch Creepshow, the series. I actually went on their page and I commented. I said, hey, this thing needs Blu-ray treatment because it is that good. There is some really awesome Tales from the Crypt sort of stories in there that I don't think any horror fan should miss. And what's interesting is if you know the films very well, you could see the crate, with the monster in it that Julia Horlicks picked up, or Horlicks University, or whatever that crate says, you know what I'm talking about. You can spot the ashtray that in the first film, Aunt Bedelia smashed her old husband's head in with it. He's the one that comes back and gets the Father's Day cake. In the latest episode, they do an ode to the excuse me, Leslie Nielsen story with Ted Danson. Something to Tide You Over with the camera angles. You guys will notice that right away. There's all sorts of Easter eggs in there. So look for those if you have Shudder, because I love them. I tell you, Shudder should make 70 seasons of this stuff. I would never get tired of it. And even the stories, they're short enough to keep your attention, but they're not long enough to bore you. They're about 45 minutes. My favorite so far is a story called Bad Wolf Down. You guys should look into that. I'm not going to even tell you about it, but let's just say it's a story that starts out one way and real quickly switches, and it's really awesome. You don't see it coming, and then you go, oh crap. But they're all awesome in my opinion. So Creepshow the series, and definitely check out my man Joe Bob Briggs. He's doing a commentary about the Halloween films, Michael Myers. So it's worth checking out. So if you got Shudder, do me a favor, watch those. Watch them with his commentary. And I love the guy, and he's my inspiration. He's the one that said, hey, spoke to me earlier in life when I saw him on TV, and I said to myself, I want to be just like him. I want to sit down on the couch, kick back with a beer. I want to watch some stupid movies. I want to commentate on how dumb it is, or how this and that, but I want to get paid for it. I'm doing it and I ain't getting paid for it, but I'll tell you what, it's a cool feeling just to kick back and talk to you guys. But yeah, definitely check him out on Shudder. Is the Halloween Hootenanny. Definitely check him out on there. And like I said, give Creepshow, if you haven't seen it yet, or you're willing to get Shudder. If you buy that movie Crawl, you get a free trial of Shudder. Check out Creepshow, and you tell me it's not one of the coolest horror shows you've ever seen. Anyway, check out Don't Breathe. And again, I got to tell you, my man Zane, that cat's on the level. I love him. Check his stuff out. You will not be disappointed.